video, I'm going to be playing Dreams. Dreams is a game for PS4 that is a creation tool that allows you to create characters, animations, games. If you can dream it, you can make it in Dreams. We've made almost, if not 20 episodes of Dreams so far. If you want to catch up, I have a Dreams playlist that I've made. I do need to retitle a few of the videos to actually give them numbers. But a good few of them are already numbered, and some of them are multiple hours long. You don't have to watch all of them or anything. It's just if you want to see my whole journey through Dreams as I've been learning more about the game, that would definitely be the best way to do so. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and check out more of the videos. Give me one moment, I have the live chat pulled up on my computer, that way I can keep up with what you guys are saying. Feel free, by the way, to hop into the live chat. Let me know how you're doing, let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to just, hang out, say hello. I'm going to post a link to the stream in a Facebook group chat I'm in called Bussy Bread Club. It's mainly just a group of my friends. We all just hang out on Facebook and chat about whatever. But a couple of my friends on Bussy Bread Club, Kaylee and Kratos, actually also play Dreams and will sometimes work together on projects. And we're thinking about collabing for this big new challenge that's been added to Dreams, where you're supposed to create something related to arcades, and then there's going to be a vote for what the best thing is. And we're like, maybe if we all work together, we have a better chance of being able to actually win this big challenge thing. So I'm excited to work on that today. Outside of that, I also play Dreams for my job. I'm currently working on a virtual reality experience for a customer, which I'm really excited about. And it seems like we're going to go in that direction, like we're going to keep doing stuff like that. So I'm excited to continue working on Dreams, learning more about Dreams, just as a part of what I do. But outside of the arcade thing and what I do for my job, I also am really excited about Dreams because I've been working on my own game concept, Master of the Clouds, and that's something that I've been continually building. So I'll be doing any number of those things throughout the stream. We'll definitely see. Let's see. So I'm going to post into this chat, streaming Dreams. Let my friends know. Okay, and then I've been in the middle of this character art tutorial. And I've been working on this like tiny character. So I've already made characters in Dreams before, but I have learned some cool stuff. So this character is really small, and they don't have long legs. I gave them a long like midsection specifically, and I also gave them a little hat. The hat isn't like styled or anything, because you can't save things that you make in tutorials, so I don't really treat tutorials that seriously in this game. If I was to make like a super detailed hat, I then wouldn't be able to save that hat, so it'd be like good practice, but then if I made something cool, I feel like I'd kind of feel fucked over. The controls for such a small guy are really interesting. I was playing around with this guy earlier, and I actually fell behind the wardrobe, and I was like, yo, it's like you're an actual toy. You can get lost and shit. But let's continue to the next step of the tutorial. Well, actually, first, let me move my head around. This part of the tutorial that I'm in was like, put a hat on your head. I was supposed to put a hat on my head that they gave me, but I made my own hat. It looks like I attached the hat well because it's not falling off. So now I know how to put clothes on character models, which I honestly didn't know how to do before. So let's, oh wait, I'm already, no, edit mode is where I need to be. Let's see, let's go to the next step. Okay. So they want me to add, also the hat's kind of fucked up. So they actually have like a character tutorial thing with a whole bunch of pieces they've already made. So I didn't know that this was going to be a part of it. They have mustaches, lips, fangs, teeth, pointy noses. You can really go to town on this. They have like a little eyeball. My character is so small. It is so small. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm trying to remember how you do it. I think I would summon the eyeball first. So I bring the eyeball in. Then I would scope in, and then I would scope in to the head, But my imp is in such a weird position right now.
Once the accessory is in the group, you can adjust the accessory while you're there.
Okay.
Try adding some more accessories from the collection.
Go back. And I just haphazardly slapped the eyeball on.
Then it's
But I think it worked.
in play mode.
He looks so weird. He's just like a little eyeball with a hat on and like a long midsection. I think I can start making really crazy characters. This tutorial actually is not bad. Let's see, if you ever want to remove an accessory, whatever you do, don't ungroup the body part. That makes sense. I could see that being a problem. If you do that, you'll delete the group's connection to the puppet. Okay, without the connector, your puppet's limbs will start falling off when you go into play mode, and nobody wants that. That's fair. Wow, I honestly feel like I was just kind of fucking around, but this little eyeball with a hat on it, I actually kind of like it. Like, it's very simple, but it has a personality to it. Let's see, there's only one object left in the group, it'll automatically ungroup and the connector will remain safely connected to the remaining object. Okay. So it seems like if I wanted to like remove the eyeball or something, I would ungroup the eyeball. I wouldn't like delete the head. That makes sense. So when you're happy, select the star podium from the tutorial collection, stamp it down into the scene. Okay. Oh wait, I entered play mode. Do 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 do. Their character that they made in the tutorial is very silly. I like it. Let me see whatever little animation they make my character do. Hey. Can I control him? Nah, he's just chilling. Oh, and then it zoomed in on his midsection because he's so... He's not even tall. I was trying to debate on like what you would consider that. Like if someone had like a really big midsection, but their legs were normal size. Like, is that tall? I feel like that's not tall. Okay. So I want to do some stuff for the arcade thing. Like I said, that's a big challenge going on. Honestly, is there... Yeah, the community jam. I wanted to double check to see if there were any other challenges going on. So I want to fool around with that. Let's go to create a new element or scene. We are then going to go to gadgets and gameplay gear. We're going to grab the blank puppet deluxe. It's the best thing for creating like a new character. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab from my creations my arcade cabinet that I entered into the challenge, but you're able to enter something and then later on be like, oh wait, I don't actually want to have that in, I want to add something else. So it's fine that I already entered this, because I can always renege if I want to do something with my friends instead, which is the goal. Okay, so I'm going to select that and that, select that, that, and that, remove that. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I'm curious how I'm gonna make that work. Back it up. Because I think these things are like layered on top of each other, but the box normally like hides that. I wonder if I can take this like elongated lip thing and shrink it, because I have some plans. Let's see. Let's group those together and then exit out. And then let's go into the group. Select. Well, maybe I should ungroup that. Like, ungroup them Wait, what? Select that. I think this is all still grouped together. Go into that, select that, remove it from the group, and then I need to go and use the sculpting tool on that specific part. And we're going to work on stretching it inward. I'm trying to see if I can make this into a head for a character. Which I might be able to do, actually. Because that doesn't look too bad. Let's scope out. I'll grab this, which is supposed to be a part of that. And I will go into tools. I'll stretch it inward as well. Whenever I say inward, it seems like I'm saying inward, like the inward. Let's see. So I'm going to take the move tool, lift it up. Oh, also, you guys may or may not have noticed earlier on the channel, I actually did a stream for work, and I didn't interact with the audience. It was a very short stream. I apologize for that. It was something where it was like, hey, you gotta do this thing before like noon. And I was just like, oh, I guess I gotta do this thing. And I wasn't sure if people were even gonna get on because it was like 10 a.m. But the reason why I don't address the audience is because that video is actually for like a customer. And I don't think they know that I do like YouTube stuff outside of just normal stuff. Let's see. Well, I mean, like my employers, I believe, know that I do YouTube, but I don't think the customer does. And plus, since it's meant for the customer, I was trying to be a little bit more professional, I guess, in it. I'm trying to remember how these pieces were oriented in reference to one another. Like, was it like that? It looks awkward. Like, I'm curious if this is fine, if it's gonna go on a character's head. You know, like if this is somebody's face. Is this just already cool the way it is? Also, hold on. I could have left that little chunk that was over there just on the cabinet. Okay, cool. That can stay over there, because I think I'm still going to use the cabinet for something. While this is out, I think I hold it while I scope into him, and then I scope into his head, and then you position the box over his head, but you shrink it down to fit on his head. I feel like I'm either about to group it, or I think it's already grouped. Now I just need to position it. I may lower it a little bit. This is interesting. Yeah, I'm still trying to like figure out the best positioning for it, because it wasn't designed to go on somebody's head, but I think the look of it going on somebody's head is interesting. That's for sure. Real quick, I'm going to go into play mode, because I don't know if I did that right. Oh, I did it right. big ass box head. That's kind of fresh. So now I need to try and see if I can do the same thing with the body. Real quick, I'm gonna post in the chat. Let's see. I am turning, I spelled turning wrong, typing too fast, an arcade cabinet into a playable character in Dreams. I'm gonna say that at Kaylee and at Kratos. Okay. Gosh, his big ass head. It's so interesting to look at. Okay, let's go back into edit mode. Rewind, I guess. Okay. And let's see what we can do about the rest of this for his body. Because I think that's something that's possible. Nope. Okay. So the issue right now is that these things are ungrouped. Or are they? Yeah, they're definitely ungrouped. So let me try and get all these little pieces regrouped. And then I'm going to try and put them on the body. Okay. Let's see. Do 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 do. 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 Right now, the Bussy Bread Club chat is talking about, like, is Jim Carrey an asshole? Because Ryan posted a video that supposedly is about Jim Carrey being an asshole. And I don't think anyone's watched the video. I just think everybody's like, so here's my opinion on Jim Carrey. So I left something behind. I forgot that one button. Okay. So now it's all together. So now, while holding this... Oh wait, what did I do? Hold up, undo. While holding this, group into him. Group into him. I guess right there. Is that where it's gonna be? I think I'm already grouped in. I keep like holding buttons because I'm so new to like making characters like this, like out of sculpts. This is my first time actually doing a character like this. So I feel like there are definitely going to be issues with it that we'll learn more about as it continues. Gosh, how did I line it up before? So it's probably something like this. Not too close. Yeah, that's what I keep messing up. I keep trying to fill like a little thing that looks like an empty space by like pushing it inward. But I'm like, if you do that, it'll stab into it. Well, I think I know what happened. I made this big ass thing smaller. But these pieces, like I didn't make them both proportionately smaller. So I think I know what I did. So when I look at it and I go, I feel like it didn't go like this before. I feel like it went this way. It probably did go a different way when the cabinet was bigger. I need to make the cabinet like as small as I made the screen proportionately. Also, centering is really interesting. So, grow, scoot it down. Grow, monster, grow. Let's see. So I'm trying to line it up just right. But I also don't know if I'm making this cabinet like way too big because of the fact that I'm like, I don't know how it was arranged before. Also, it's crazy that his body's still there. Like, it's not that I'm making it where it's gonna like eat his body. It's just that his body's behind all of it. I feel like I've made it much bigger than it was before. Or maybe that's exactly right, because it's starting to look more filled. Let's exit. Interesting. I'm going to change the colors and material on the character model, of course. Oh gosh. How did I not see that it was like pushing the head back before? While I was like grouping it. Yeah, that's way too big. You can tell. He can still jump and everything though. But let me fix that. Yeah, that little wedge thing is too much wedge. Oh, that's bizarre. That's actually really crazy. So maybe this looks perfect, but just when you're piloting him, how does it change? Yeah, that is weird. That the actual edit mode thing looks fine. So, note to self, you can't trust that edit mode thing. It's because here, I guess it's not forcing his head back. Like, he's not reacting to that little wedge thing. Group in. Got that one piece right there. Let's delete that piece. And now, when you, like, pilot him... Okay. I guess that piece isn't even really necessary when you are the arcade cabinet. You know what I mean? That's very interesting. I somewhat would like it if the cube was pushed farther back, but I know why we wouldn't want to do that. Let's go back into edit mode. And let's do some more edits on our boy. So we're going to select each of it. Oop, undo. Oh, right. It's scoped into his stomach. So if I tried to change that back part, it would change like the whole cabinet. So I have to scope even deeper if I want to change just his back, I think is the case. So real quick, let's change every other part of him. Okay. Change that to black. Maybe not that black. Maybe a little more black. Actually, there's a better way to do that. I'll use the color picker to grab the color that we're already using. Just tint him to match that color. And then he's just metal. He's not shiny metal for his finish. Okay. Go into play mode. So now I just need to fill in that back part. I think we'd be good. I could also, if I wanted to, get rid of his arms. I'm not sure if I want to or not. Also, you can see that his head under it is still blue and that his back is still blue. So I want to change that. I wonder if I move his head in a certain way, if it'll be easier in edit mode to then tint him the proper color. Like if I leave him like that. Ooh, that's so weird because I have to hold the controller a weird way to do it. Hit start. Edit. Oh, it corrects his body posture in edit mode. Wonk wonk. Wonk 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 wonk. Wah, that's not what I wanted to do. Exit. Okay. Go back. Scope in. Scope in. That back. Give me that juicy back. Okay. So this should work. So we're going to go to finishes. Give him that metal finish. Okay. And then we're going to go to colors. Use the color picker. And we're going to tint that little back patch to match everything else. Do, 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 do. Okay, and now let's enter play mode. Yeah, so now all we have to do is fix his head to match up. It'd be interesting if I gave him a move where he could crouch down, so he just looked like an arcade machine, and if you could then like bounce back up and then start running around. But right now, I'm just more or less doing this as a proof of concept that we can turn sculpts into characters, and two, because I think it would be interesting for the little arcade community jam challenge thing. I'm not sure if anyone else has done this, like just taken a character model and made him into an arcade machine. Excuse me. So let's go into edit mode, and this is going to be a doozy. Scope in. Scope in. Oh my gosh. Can I find his head? Is that his head? Nigga, what's that? Okay, that's his body. Oh, that's definitely his head right there. Blue as fuck. Okay. Coat mode. I think the color picker's already on the right thing. You rarely ever see his head, but I just want to make sure that when you do, it matches everything else. Metal. Give it that metallic finish. Let's hope we didn't mess up. Yeah, we didn't. Doesn't look like it. Okay, go into play mode. That's still looking blue to me. Oh, you know what? I got his head, which you can't even see. I need his neck. I need to get at that neck. So now his head, which isn't visible, is the proper like color and finish, but not his neck. So we got to do that again, but this time we got to go for the neck, which is really interesting actually because it took me a minute to like locate his head. Oh well, this was a lot easier. Get into his neck. Yaga. Okay. Coat mode. Let's add that metallic finish. Yeah. And then let's go into the tint tool. Yeah. Okay. So I think that should do it. So now let me see that neck. Hey, he's pretty consistent now. This is very interesting. Oh, I just realized stuff like the power port that I put on the back, that's the only thing I put on the back. It wouldn't be on him anymore because I connected the back of the machine to his front. So if I wanted to add the power port back, I'd have to like put it on his ass or something. Do 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 do. I can say this is probably the most complex character visually I've ever made in Dreams. Dun dun dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I like that. I feel like I'm having fun with it. So let's save this as a character that people can actually play in Dreams. They can like put them in their own creations and stuff. So save creations. It's definitely a character. So arcade machine player character. Do 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 bum 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 bum. And then we're going to be able to release him publicly. So let's go and do that next. So back out. I guess I can save it in my creations. It really doesn't matter once you've already made the character and saved it though. It's just, I guess, if I want to keep working in that workspace, it's nice to have the option. So let's go to Arcade Machine Man player character, and let's release it to the public for other people to use. So release as public. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So now, I think that's cooler than just the arcade machine that I had before, that I submitted to the community jam. So now I'm going to enter the community jam, and before I just had this cabinet. Now I'm going to submit that same cabinet, but as a guy. Solid. So what were the rules to this? You can't enter the same creation into more than one jam. Once you submit it, you can update and release versions of a creator until the completion entry time is up. Once voting starts, the submitted version can't be changed. The 3 entries that get the most votes will be highlighted in the Hall of Fame and receive a special badge. Badges will also show on entries that were in the top 10 and top 25%. Media Molecule reserves the right to remove and disqualify any content that violates the PlayStation Terms of Service, user agreement, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get any violations from a guy who's an arcade machine. So I think this will be fine. Do, 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 do. Let's see. I'm going to ask in the chat, is anyone else on Dreams at the moment? I finished the arcade cabinet player character that I was working on, and I released it publicly. So Kaylee said, she said something earlier when I mentioned that I was doing something on Dreams. She said, oh cool, she said I made my skee-ball machine, I'll show it later. I'll ask her, have you published it yet? I'll check that out. Do do ba-da 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 do 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 ba-da ba-da. So Kaylee says she has not summoned it yet, and she's not currently in dreams. You have Vanessa Brooks. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Let's see. So I'm about to do something different. Something that I have yet to do. I am going to make a sword in dreams. At least that's the goal. So I think I'm going to need a cylinder. So we're going to take that and use the stretch tool to focus it. Okay, so right now I'm trying to make like the handle of the sword. That looks about right. Now I'm going to take a... do I want to do a rounded cube? I could see that. Okay. And let's go back into tools. We're going to stretch it out. Okay. Very simple. Very simple. Okay. So I'm going to grab that. Oh goodness, I didn't realize how much larger it was compared to the other thing. Okay. Give it that little grip thing, if I can line everything up. Okay. Slide that over to the side. Not bad. I don't hate it. Looks a little thick, which makes me think that the blade of the sword is gonna probably be thick. But we'll see. I'll probably do the blade as a separate piece. I mean, really, these two things could have probably been a separate piece. Now I think about it. Because I'm going to want to style these things individually, but then I just made them as one thing. I'm not sure if I can do that. I think it'll count this all as one piece. Can I do that? Before I go any further on it. Nope. As soon as you try to go into it further, it's like, it's one thing, right? So it was harder to make, the hilt or the fucking... I mean, neither one's hard. Let's just start with this being its own thing. And then I can remake the hilt as its own thing. And we can do that for a little bit. So again, rounded cube. There we go. And now, we'll do what we did a second ago. That's interesting. Last time I didn't start by flattening it out, I don't think, but this makes sense. That's so wide. Though, then again, for a hilt, it being wide wouldn't be a bad thing. This might be solid. Okay, let's look at this. This is really big. True. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so much bigger than the grip. We're getting to like crazy anime swords. It also kind of looks like a popsicle, now that I think about it. It makes me want to make like a popsicle, now that I say that. I could probably make it into a popsicle and turn it back into a sword. I could also make it a popsicle sword. That could be interesting. So, yeah, scope into that. If I stretch it upward, will it still look kind of like a popsicle? Oh, hell yeah, it looks a lot like a popsicle, actually. That was a very accurate setup. Okay. Well, then we can work with that. Okay, so now take that. We can color it. My brain suddenly was like, what would you even color like a popsicle? So there's this color of brown. Oh, no, 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 no. Started turning black. That isn't right. It needs a finish. Um, what finish to me would scream food? So here's plastic. Let's try something like shiny wax. I don't think would, maybe. I don't know. Let me look at that. To be honest, when thinking about like ice cream, wax doesn't seem too far off for like a consistency. And then for the stick, it would probably be different color of brown, like a different shade. So let's scope out, select coat mode. Now the stick would need a finish that was reminiscent, I would imagine, of wood. So maybe like a rough finish. Oh. Wait, on the popsicle part where I was trying to put the wax, did I have it on remove finish? Or what? I actually don't know. Let's see. Let's tint the stick. I think popsicle sticks are a lighter color than that. Okay. Gives you a little popsicle thing, like a fudge pop. I feel like fudge pops sometimes are smooth like this, and other times have more like texture to them. Like sometimes I have like little engravings and stuff. Um, let's see. So let me go to finishes because I don't think the color is necessarily what I feel weird about. Did I go with rough wax? Yeah, I must not have been putting the finish on it before. I was like removing a finish, which is really weird. So here is a little like fudge pop or something. That's so weird. I think I currently dislike this. But I think the reason why I dislike it is because it's so big. Like if that was like in like a scene with like an ice cream truck or something, I don't think it would be that weird. That would probably be fine. It's just so basic too. I'll keep that for now. Make it into a like basic fudge pop. Kratos said, I have not had a chance to dream. I'm about to hop on though and work on the arcade thingy. Ooh, I need to ask him what are his ideas. What are your ideas for the arcade jam? Okay. Now let's grow this back to a more significant size. Ungroup the items, and we're going to turn it back into a sword hilt. So select that one, go in. It's pretty easy to turn it back into a sword hilt because we just stretch it down. That looks about right to me. I won't mess with the colors and stuff for now, because we can do that later. The sword hilt looks fine. Let's sculpt more shit. Excuse me. So, the blade. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if I want to do a pyramid or to do like a wedge or something. I could honestly see either one. I'm going to try pyramid because it's such a weird concept for a sword. For you to take the pyramid and like stretch the top up. But we're going to try that. Ooh, is the way that I want to stretch it even like an option? Like, can you stretch it straight up from the tip? I feel like it's trying to force me to stretch on a particular side of it and not stretch the top. If I can't stretch the top, then I don't know what I would do. Yeah, if I can't stretch the top. A pyramid just may not be the best thing to use. Like, maybe I could sculpt something that was longer and then, like, put the pyramid at the top of it. Um, Maybe, like, a cylinder. And then we stretch the cylinder up. Just try not to rotate too much or move at all when we do it. Okay. And we're gonna go into tools, stretch, make it like taller. Okay, cool. And then let's go into shapes. A cone seems so lame when we have pyramid as an option. But a cone has a round base that just fits better with using a cylinder. I should have used like a cube if I wanted to use the pyramid. Let's use the move tool to adjust that a little bit better. A cube probably would have looked more like a blade. But I mean, once I make this like a metal finish, I don't think anyone's gonna say it doesn't look like a blade necessarily. Might look a little bit like a rocket ship. You could probably make a rocket ship fairly easily with these tools. Okay. So let's put this here. It's a very basic looking sword, which is kind of what we're going for. So let's actually color this more along the lines of how we want it to look. So we're going to go to colors, monochromes. I guess this lighter, more of that color. And then we're going to take finishes, maybe shiny metal. Kind of reflecting the skybox off of it, which is interesting. What if we made it normal metal instead of shiny metal? It would probably reflect the color we gave it a little bit more than the sky. It looks so much darker, but again, I think that's because of the skybox. Let's go to tint tool. Maybe I can try and tint it up a little bit more. That tip is so lame. It's so weird. But for a first sword, I'm not thinking about that too much. I'm actually thinking more about how well is it going to function. Let's restyle the hilt, since we're now actually in the part where it's a sword. We'll give it a black hilt, and we'll make the hilt. I feel like the hilt would also have to be metal, right? Like the grip probably could be a different material. Interesting, rough metal is an idea. When something's that dark, how do you even tell? That dark and that smooth. And then the handle, let's make that white. Let's go back in the colors, white, tools, we're already on 10th tool. So I'll give it like a white handle, and the handle's material, how would it look visually? Maybe rough, because I wouldn't necessarily want it to look like plastic or anything. Okay. And now, what I want to do now, grab all of these, go into properties. Which is the property I'm looking for? I'm looking for the property movable. Okay. And now when we enter play mode, I didn't group those together, so they immediately all fell apart. Okay, edit mode, rewind, that's fair. Got the shit out of me. So I made them movable. Group. And as a group, I want it movable. Okay. What the fuck? How do you make them stick together? Also, I thought movable meant the imp could grab them. I need to read more shit. Okay, edit mode. Rewind that. What the fuck was that? Unclick movable. Play mode. Still falls apart. I thought I was grouping these bitches together. Are they not grouped? I do not understand. I thought I understood more about what I was doing. So they're all stuck together right now. I want to be able to do this. Like, to wield the sword with my imp. That's my goal. So movable. When on, this group becomes physical in the scene and play mode. It means the imp can move it, and that it's affected by gravity and so on. Note that even if the group is not movable, anything inside it is set to movable, will still be physical. So I guess I need things that physically, like, attach these things together. So even if it's in a group, it doesn't really matter. Slider, a piston, a motor bolt, a bolt. What does a bolt do? Use this when you want the connected object to rotate around an axis. This makes it perfect for stuff like dials, cogs, doors, knees on characters, etc. I don't want it to rotate around an axis. A ball joint. Connected object to rotate in all directions around a pivot gizmo. Nah, I'm not trying to do that either. Motor bolt also doesn't sound right. Exact same thing as a bolt, but it has power, so it can rotate automatically. Okay. Piston, I know I don't want that. Same type of movement as a slider, but a piston has power. I imagine this is a slider. This is I know what a string is. What's elastic? Same sort of movement as a string, but elastic has an added feature as you'd expect, being stretchy and bouncy. How do I just stick the sword to the hilt, and then the hilt to the handle? That's what I want to know. So I want the imp to be able to move it. That's true. Okay? And then, do I want it to respect gravity? Do I want it to do that? I'm actually thinking about that now. Well, that still doesn't change the fact that all the shit's falling apart. Would be nice if all the shit didn't fall apart. I feel like these connectors are what I'm supposed to use, but I still don't feel comfortable with it. Yeah, I guess you can't really connect a bunch of things that are already grouped together. Oops. Exit tool. Enter group. Remove from group. Enter group. Remove from group. Oh, I cloned it. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Enter group. Grab. Remove from group. That's what I wanted to do. So, I guess I should play around with stuff like string and bolt and stuff like that. I know this isn't going to do what I want it to do. That's just going to look silly. What? It says that the imp can move them when they're set to physical. Maybe I set the properties of the group, but not of the individual things. So now I need to go... It's going to look like a seesaw. It's set to movable, the fuck? How do you make something that can be grabbed? Oh, well, there's ignore gravity. Imp interaction. Ignore, collide, grab. Okay. So that's what I want. I really only want to be able to grab the handle. Let's go back a few. Back to when it was all grouped together. Okay. So we go here. Okay. Fuck it, that doesn't matter. Scope in, grab that one, tweak it as something that the imp can grab. And then make it ignore gravity. And then select that. The imp doesn't need to grab this one. Just also make it ignore gravity. And then, for now, I probably won't really want them to all ignore gravity, let's be real, but for now, let's have them ignore gravity. Play mode. The shits just float now. Damn. That one's going way too high. It's ignoring gravity to the point where it just flies away. Why is it so light? It's incredibly light. I can't even catch up with him. It just moves so far away. I guess I should have known that's what would have happened with ignore gravity. Why is that nigga falling though? It's not as dense. Well, no, it's more dense. This is interesting. Just playing with the physics and shit. Okay. So, rewind. Edit mode. Rewind in edit mode. So maybe for my first sword, it should straight up be I make everything one piece and then I try to use that. Okay, so I'm going to try to do that. Do 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 da 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 do 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 da do da. So I'm gonna do it a little bit differently this time. Okay. Do 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 do. Yeah. I learned about that in a tutorial. Okay, and now let's go for the sword part. Actually, I didn't like the last sword blade that much, to be honest. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it better this time. The last one looked kind of dopey. Okay. That is very off-center. Maybe a rounded cube would actually look a little bit better than this. I don't know. But we're going to try this out for now, I suppose. Swords normally curve a little bit, which is something I don't really have here with this sword. This sword's so thick. Thicky, Sam Wiki, Grab the pyramid. It's way too fucking big. Also, why am I acting like this pyramid is gonna have a perfectly square base? It has a triangle base. This was never going to work the way that you're imagining it. Some pyramids do have square bases. This one does not. Okay, let's try something different then. Oops. Something that looks more like a sword. Or maybe less like a sword. So we got this hexagon shape. It kind of has like those weird side ridges that I'm used to seeing on like sword blades. Okay. That doesn't look bad at all. Okay. I kind of like that. Now, we'll use the stretch tool and make that tall. Feels very basic. It looks like a screw being screwed into something. Okay. So right now, that's all one object. Which means I can't edit the look of individual pieces of it, which kind of sucks. I need to figure out how to do that, so I'll be able to make much cooler stuff. Okay. So enter play mode. Now you can kind of swing it around with the imp. The camera perspective for this is weird. And the weight of the fucking sword is interesting. My controller's vibration feature is losing its fucking mind. Okay, I'm gonna drop it. So I think, oh, wait a minute. And then you hold start. Yeah, and it whips it. That's interesting. So if I'm over here, I'm gonna take it with me when I center onto the screen, so you can do like slashes and shit. Okay, that could potentially be interesting. The camera is so fucked when you try to do stuff like this. So now, what if I made like the blade of the sword actually dangerous to enemies? Goodness. So, why would it have to be the blade? I could make the whole bitch dangerous to enemies. The blade would be more realistic, but right now, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I might as well just fuck around. Health modifier. Put it on the sword. And set it to per hit impact. Make it deal like 50. Dealing 100. The one hit sword. Okay. And now, let me add some enemies that I've made. Oh wait, did I pass? Yeah, the Cloud Person collection. Let me just add like 2. What's happening? Did I add like more than one? I feel like I hit the button more than one time. Okay, little Niglet. Get hit. Running away. Gosh. I missed. I'm pretty sure this enemy has health, so I should be able to hurt it. I need to like edit the weight of the sword. The sword doesn't handle super well. Also, Bottle Flip Challenge 2020? I landed that. Okay. Decrease that density, Poppy. Okay. Bitch. We hit him. So that time we did it. Womp, womp, womp. It's much easier to handle now. Ha, 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 ha. So you can kind of slice around with it and shit. It's so light to the point where it like spins when you try to do shit. Everything you do is flashy now. So now, if I had multiple enemies, I could fuck them all up. But here's what we're gonna do for now. Rewind. Select. Yeah, let's go back into the sculpt, my guy. Stretch tool. Give it a longer blade. Okay. Get over here. Yeah. Where's he at? Did I kill him? I think I killed him with that last attack. So, what I need to do now, maybe add like a sound effect or something when you hit an enemy. You know, I could try and make it more playable. So it deals per hit 50 damage on impact. Zone properties, but we're not doing it zone base. Let's see, any selected, all selected, detection mode. Next to it, it has the when modifying. I can have it play a little like sound effect. So let's add like a sword slash sound. Let's see. So they're talking about animals, and they're talking about mood calendars right now. Oh, I need to exit my creations and go to Dreamiverse. Also, the thermostat's going too hard. It's like 70 degrees in my place right now, but that feels cold. It feels rather cold, actually. I just got out of the shower, too. Do, 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 do. Ah. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Sword slash. So here's someone who has a sword character. What? No. These are the only things that come up when you type in sword slash? Sword. Just sword. And then sorting and filtering. Elements? Elements, I guess? Maybe category tags would be better. Hit all tags, sound effect. Okay, we'll add in that one. So whenever it hits something, it'll make that little sound effect. Maybe it should make multiple sound effects. It should do the sword slash and then like a, I don't know, like a blood gush or something? I have no idea. Blood. What do you got for blood? They got blood pleasure. Oh, blood splatter. What does that sound? That sounds weird. Kaylee said I released the ski ball. Oh, ballin'. I'm gonna have to check that out. The blood splatter sound they had was not very good. Oh! Maybe that one. Okay. Oh, I scoped in. That's not what I wanted to do. Trying to surface snap. Okay. So, Kaylee, I'll check out your skee ball thing. Because right now I'm just fucking around anyways. Let me throw in a thunder enemy thing for me to fight. Do 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 do. Here we go. Let me type in thunder, or at least THUN. Yeah. Here's a thunder patroller who spawned over there for some reason. Okay, bring that bitch ass here. Okay, I killed it. That's pretty much it. One more thing. The Thunder Patroller's lame. Let's bring in like a bunch of fucking slimes or something. I think that would be interesting. Yeah. Slime enemy 1. And let's just go ham with a few of these slimes. We're just gonna murder them. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da ba da ba da. Yeah, yeah. They have a death animation. It's much more satisfying. Let's see. Beth said, I mean, I can suck ski balls since I can't see Jet during quarantine. Yo, Beth, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? There we go. I got him. So this is my prototype sword. It makes a sound effect whenever you hit something with it, and it can actually kill stuff. Right now, though, it's one piece because I couldn't figure out how to group multiple objects together, but have a grippable handle. Yo, Kaylee, do you know how to group multiple things together and give them a grippable handle? Do do do. Also, Kaylee, let me check out your thing real quick. Do 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 do. Are all these things already selected? Or am I just selecting the sculpt? I mean, when I move it, I move all the things. So I think all the things are selected. Kaylee said, yeah. Okay. Then, yeah, how do I do that then? But let me check out your skee ball thing first, and then I'll inquire about how to make the imp sword better. Because right now it's functional, but I want to actually be able to style each element of it individually. Right now this is all one sculpt, because I didn't know how to do it. Anyways, let's check out your thing, and I'll quick save this. Let's see, exit that. Go check out Kaylee's latest creation. You know, I would really like it if there was a section, and maybe there is a section for this, creations you are following. Wait, creations I'm following. Some of these I don't think I'm following. Like, some of them are just things. Recently viewed. I wish I could just see, like, things created by people you are following, which is what that one section looked like. Wait, hold on. Following. Why am I following this nigga? Is this just Media Molecule? Like, as a company? They're like, you're following me. Okay, let's check out Kaylee. She's level 29. What level am I? What level? Has she lapped me already? Oh! Here's the cloud platform that Kaylee made. It does look like a cloud. I think you did a really good job. I think it looks more like a cloud than my cloud platform stuff does. You got a really nice white out of it, and I like how irregularly shaped it is. I feel like your cloud is made of multiple shapes rather than just one shape. Because I can tell that, like, it's loose and that you use the circle flex, but the way that you got the irregularity out of it, it looks like it's multiple sculpts put together, which I think gives it more of a natural look than how I normally make my clouds. He looks like he's having such a fucking good time in here. He's like, it's soft. But anyways, I like it. I like the idea of using multiple pieces. Now, if you didn't use multiple pieces, Kaylee, I'm just very impressed. I'd be like, how the fuck did you get it so bumpy and irregular if it's not multiple pieces of something? Kaylee said, yeah, that's the company thing. And then she said, aw, yeah, I know, right? So my imp's fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. It's a good cloud platform. Kaylee said, I did. That's what I thought. Yeah. Now let's check out skee ball. Now for skee ball, did you provide balls? Are there balls that I can like throw up into the thing? Do 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 do. Can my imp fit in it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you put K's skee ball. You got a brand thing. You have the place where the score would go. Let's see. The one thing I'm surprised that isn't here. Oh wait. I spoke too soon. There's a little ball hole, and you put lights in it. Okay, that's fancy. I like that you lit it. It didn't have to be lit, but it's lit now. Let's see. Ooh, I like that your coin slot. What? How did you put cents? How did you put the cent symbol? I tried to do that on my arcade machine. I couldn't figure out how to do it. Your coin slot's so thin. I actually really like how thin you made yours. Mine on my arcade machine is like a fat, thick bar or whatever. That is great. And I like that it's like a little overlight. It's not that it itself is glowing, it's being lit by an exterior thing. Oh man. Kaylee said, I haven't made it functional yet. She says still need to add it. And then she said, lol, it's on the second page. On the second page? What's on the second page? Let's see. I was trying to go inside of the sculpt. Oh, wait a minute, that's not a hole. I don't know why I thought it would be a hole. Well, hold up. Maybe it is a hole. I mean, I'm inside the bitch. It's a hole. It is hollow. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. Kaylee said the cent symbol's on the second page. I must not have looked hard enough. Oh, this is nice. I like this. I feel like you did a really good job, Kay. Like, I also like the glowing neon strips. I feel like you made good use of them throughout. Also, this, like, build, I think you could make a really good arcade cabinet, to be honest. This, like, general shape right here, this, like, ink, 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 like this, that could be, like, retrofitted into, like, an arcade cabinet thing. That looks very reminiscent of one. And I feel like some of that shape is lost in, like, my actual arcade cabinet thing I tried to make. But this is very authentic. What material did you use for the track? I think the rolly part looks good. Kaylee said, I'm going to make an arcade cabinet next. Okay, ballin'. What material is this that you made for the little, like, skee ball track? Like, what finish did you put on this? Is it rough? I think it looks accurate. For the sides, I guess I'm surprised they're not metal. If they are metal, then I'm just tripping. But they don't look metal. Kaylee said, I think it's default. I feel like if you put more finishes on your stuff would, like blow me away, like hard pop off. Because I feel like you're really good at making things that are super visually accurate, but those finishes are what change, like, something that just looks like a really good sculpture into just looking like a real thing. It's all about those textures. Let's see, but I dig it. I definitely like what you got so far. Ooh, I'll hit you with that thumbs up. Skee Ball, a remix of Skee Ball. Yo, what the fuck? Kaylee, you didn't tell me you made 3. You made 3 of them? Let's see. Kaylee said you can tweak with it if you want. Yo. Okay. Like, I'm sure this is like you copied and pasted it across and you changed the colors, but that still is fresh as fuck. I like that. Ooh. Oh, do you have the glass cover thing so that people can't cheat? Oh, that's a nice attention to detail thing. I would have forgotten about that. To keep people from just, like, throwing it in. Ooh, I fucks with it. Yeah, that's like a real arcade kind of thing. To have, like, 3 of them next to each other. And you didn't have to do the color difference, but I fuck with that. Let's see, Kaylee said, lol, I played around with the colors. I didn't know it saved that. Yeah, it saved that. Yeah, I like this better. I like this better than the just one of them. Kaylee said the paint lets you do opacity, so I did that for glass. Oh, that's a hard style on. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that better than the other skee ball thing. Yeah, like this one. I fuck with the other one. The other ones. Ooh, that was nice. What else have you been working on, Kaylee? Excuse me. Dora, Dora, Dora the Explorer. So this is, I've seen these before. So, let's see. If I had to rank what Kaylee's made so far. Water wall. The skee ball stuff. Well, fuck. Water wall, the cloud, the skee ball stuff, the candle, the lantern. If we're just talking about sculptures. And I feel like your game is super solid, but I can't really compare games to sculptures. You know what I mean? Like, they're very different things. So, yeah, that's my current tier list for the stuff that Kaylee's made so far. But I really do fuck with that. Do I still rank the water wall the highest? Maybe the cloud, the water wall, skee ball, candle, lantern? That might be how I rank it. But I've been fucking with what you've made so far. I dig that. Uh-huh. So Kaylee's level 29. I'm still level 27. Kratos is still level 24. Kaylee's lapping us. I literally play Dreams as a part of my job. How's Kaylee? Kaylee's playing, like, more than I could ever imagine. Kaylee said I'd rank it about the same, too. Oh, interesting. Oh, K-leg. How do I... Hold on. Yeah! Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah! 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 How do I attach... Get that nigga. Where's he at? I could try and throw it at him. I haven't tried that yet. Ninja stars would be so much easier, and you wouldn't need multiple things. Oh shit. How good is throwing, though? The sword's a little light. Oh shit. Oh, I dropped it. Oh fuck. Do the grab cam. Do the grab cam. Can I get it? I don't think I'm doing shit. Oh no. Aw, man. Let's see. Kaylee said, lol, I haven't been playing it that much. You've been killing it. Whatever you've been doing, Kaylee, the game's like, yeah, experience. Kaylee says she gone. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Kill it. Hit it. Yeah. 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 I'm just dragging it against the ground. Okay. Get up there. Get up there. One guy left. Let's go. My arch enemy. Arch enemy. My goodness. Yeah. Come on, get closer. Swing it. So the way that I'm swinging it, by the way, so subtly, is you do the hold start to snap it back to you. It essentially just swings the sword. Wait, hold on. What if I hit L2? No, L2 isn't doing anything special. Okay. Swing it. Fuck. Swing it. Get closer. Hiya! He has so much health. He's like the final boss. Hey. Okay, get in that. Get closer. Don't be scared. Okay. Fuck. That makes me think about the Thunder Buddies song. It's so weird to control the imp. Hit him! Hit him! Okay, come on. Drop it on him. Bitch! Got him. Okay. So, I think it's interesting. I think using the imp to control stuff is kind of cool. A matter of fact, I have a bunch of ideas for this. So I'm going to put a variable on it. And the variable is going to be called like enemy count or whatever. Am I stupid? I think I'm stupid. Hold on. So you wouldn't want to call it enemy count. You would want to have just a counter instead. And then you can increment the counter whenever you modify the health of something. And then when the counter is full, you could have like a you win sequence, more or less. So I can set up a timeline. Okay. When counter's full, power up the timeline. And then inside the timeline, if I can open this up. Also, it'd be nice if all that was in a microchip. I didn't think there were going to be this many things just stapled to a sword. Let's get like some victory music or something. Let's see, out of my creations, maybe I could use the Cloud Person theme that I made earlier. So take that theme, grab this make it play for like a little bit. And then, are there any recordings of someone just saying like, "You win"? Because that could be interesting.
You win, you win, you win, you. You win, you win.
Well, hold on. Why would I pick that instead of the "you win"?
You win, you.
Because that's actually what I wanted. And then I can make it like in the level or something later. Oh, wait a minute. That'll go off after I kill like one enemy because I didn't set the counter higher. Kaylee said, "You win, you win, you win, you win." That's how it is. Okay, let's see. And then how do I change the properties of this? I would go to the tweak menu and I would say play once. And then on end, I could make it trigger like a doorway. So let me go to the doorway gadget, which will be in gameplay gear. Okay. And then scoot this over. On end, trigger door. Okay, let's go. Rewind. Cool. So that's what we want to do when you win. Now, I want to set the counter higher than 1 so that we can actually, let me refresh it, yeah. And set counter to, I don't know how many enemies I put in this fucking level, 10? Is that feasible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I can't tell if I have 10 people here. Let's say 6. You kill 6 enemies, and then you win the game. Okay. So, I think the lack of music, and also the fact that these enemies pose no threat to you, and the fact that you can also lazy kill them, also that's 6. Fuck, I missed. Okay. It's kind of lame, so we could probably make like, it's a time trial. And also, I think 6 wasn't too far off. Maybe they're like 7 niggas? Would that have gotten me like a full playthrough? Okay, let's go. Oh, well the clouds take multiple hits to kill. So, should probably increase it for the clouds. The slimes don't move around without like a player. So they just kind of wait and die, which isn't that interesting. The clouds are actually way more interesting. They move, so they're like harder to hit. It would probably be 10. You probably would want it, oh, well 10 just would have worked then. Because I think there are 6 slimes, 2 thunderclouds, and then the thunderclouds take 2 hits each. There we go. So if this had like a time trial or something, and if I used enemies other than slimes, because the slimes are poo-poo booty butt, then I think this could be a game. It's just a really weird game. I actually think something like this would be more interesting multiplayer, where you're both controlling an imp, and you're trying to destroy a goal. Should it have been 11? Did I need 11 to make it where you do like the full kill? So that's interesting. I more or less just have a proof of concept for a game and a lot of like shitty character things. So close that. Is there a way to make enemies that follow the imp? Well, if they followed me, then they'd be easy to kill. It's better to use the cloud enemies that just have patterns that they move in, and then you're like, I gotta try and get all the guys. Let's see. So the counter needs to fill up for you to get the you win, and then it triggers the door. But I could also have like a you lose condition based on like a timer. So let's also staple that to the sword. This is what we call nigger rigging. I can't even say it. I'm like, this is what they call. I'm not familiar with this term. I'm referring to it second hand. Can't even pronounce it. Let's see. Logic and processing. So we want a timer, not a counter. There we go. And I think if the timer runs out, you should lose. And it should play like different music. It should be like, blah, 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 or like some shit like that. Oh, I'm modifying the sculpture. Let me get in the timer's guts. So that's set to 5 seconds. 60 seconds is a minute. Let's say you have 60 seconds, just like 1 minute, to kill as many of the things as possible. And if you don't do that, it plays a timeline. Let's see. Timer finished. Is there a way to stop the timer? Start timer. Timer finish. Reset timer. Timer output. Maybe I can reset the timer if the counter fills up. So reset timer. That way the player doesn't just eat shit and lose if they actually win. And then that'll play a different timeline, and then when this timeline ends, it'll still trigger the door. Like it'll still end the game. But instead of saying like you win, it'll play like some shittier music. And it'll say you lose. Okay, so let me open it up. So let me find you lose. I like that.
You.
Yeah, so let's throw that bitch in here. That seems pretty fresh. And then let's shrink it down to like 5. And then grab the Super Monkey Ball thing. Someone grabbed all the sounds from Super Monkey Ball. Play mode and then hit rewind. Okay. Okay. Oh, we don't only have 2 clouds in here? Oh, right, because I destroyed all the slimes. There's no way for me to actually test if I would win or not. Fuck up out of here. Okay, rewind. And then let me put in, do I still have it set to specifically have sounds on? I don't think so, no. Maybe it's just recommending Super Monkey Ball stuff because I keep using Super Monkey Ball stuff. My creations. Yeah, here we go. Thundercloud. So we're going to, I guess, grab surrounders. So let's pop. It doesn't want you to pop more than one type of thundercloud enemy into a scene, which feels really bizarre. That's not how I originally intended it, but whatever. Let's add a serpentine. Maybe that's what I just tried to do. My brain's like, I don't know what's going on. A chaser, but it'll have nothing to chase, I guess. And then, let's go for a riser. Okay. And let's see if this would be enough to play with. The game itself needs music. What? How is it stopping me from killing it? Okay, there we go. There needs to be a faster way to move with the sword. I keep forgetting I can move the controller. Oh, that's much better. I forgot that the controller controls the imp. That's like the whole reason why I did this in the first place. Okay. Rewind. Let's fucking go. Oh fuck, you gotta like get to the sword at the beginning. Grab cam. Bitch. Where are they? Let's see. Kaylee said, I'm streaming me building an arcade cabinet to see my progress. Oh, ballin'. Well, bah. Make sure you guys check out Kaylee Creator's stream so you can see her arcade cabinet. Hey. Hey. Okay. So that's how you get the you win. And then your counter or whatever could be the equivalent of your score. Now I want to paste some music in. So let's just have a music track play. Maybe just one of the basic Dreamiverse tracks in the Quick Start collection. So music, tracks. Okay. I'll go with that. That seems fine. And then I need something that will stop that music. Music channel, output beta minor. So this is the actual thing. Is there something I can connect to it that will stop the song? Because that would be cool. Music, Because once someone wins or loses the game, it's going to play different sounds. And I don't want those sounds to interfere with the actual thing. So I guess what I could do is connect this microchip up to something that gives it power. And it'll stop giving it power, I guess, once the game ends. But how do I do that? So I could have a thing that says, because I'm using a traditional counter instead of using a variable for counting. I guess for now, fuck it. We'll act like it's not a problem. Hold on. Edit mode. Where's that track? I feel like it's not playing. Play mode. Oh, the song might have like a build up or something. Okay. I was expecting it to immediately jump into a action-y song. So, maybe that song is too subtle for a 60-second game. I need something that will start off like intense. Okay, fuck a slow build. We'll try different songs. Okay, I already won. So far, it's not difficult, this game. Let's make a microchip to put all this stuff in, instead of just sticking it to the blade of the sword. Okay, so scoot all of it over. Do 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 bum 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 do do bum 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 bum. Izanagi said, why is the kendo sword so big? Well, thank you for calling it a kendo sword. I'm not trying to make any particular type of sword. I just kind of made a sword. Izanagi, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day? Do you have any questions for your boy? And any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? So you'll see the, pretty shitty game that I've been working on momentarily, Izanagi. Don't worry. I got you covered on that. Oh, well, can't remove that now, can I? Grab that one, put it in the microchip, and then I should organize this microchip. So for one, rewind everything. Two, clearly that chip isn't attached to the sword anymore. Still not. Still not. Let's see, Izanagi said, as long as you're accepting that these games you have been designing are bad. I think you'll at the very least find what I'm currently working on interesting. Okay. Did it snap correctly? Yeah, I think it snapped correctly. Okay. We got it. So I need to make it stop the secondary song, but I don't know how to make it do that yet. Izanagi said, oh no. Yeah, so I'm playing around with using the imp as the thing that you control, but it's a time trial based thing, is what this current game is. So you only have so much time to essentially make so many hits, but you don't necessarily have to kill all the enemies. Let me try to straighten this out. So these two are connected to the doorway. This one is connected to the timer. I mean, technically, all these things do belong on the same chip. It's not like they need to be segregated into different chips. So that happens every time you hit somebody. This also happens every time you hit somebody. Wait, hold on. That's not right. Yeah, that timer setup is all wrong. Wait, no, that is right. As long as the timer, yeah, the timer's working. I can prove that the timer's working. By just waiting until I lose. I need to find a way to shut off the music, though, when you win or lose. Which would be either when the timer is full, well, either when the counter is full, that should happen, or when the timer finishes. The thing is, I just don't know what to, I don't need that open. I need to open the tweak menu. Do 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 do. Let's see. So we have a on-end trigger, but that's not the same as I want to stop the song. To stop the song, I would need something else. But I don't know what exactly I would need. If the song received power to work, I could make it, power source thing conditional. Like I could do something like that. So let's say we had a microchip. And we put the microchip here. And you put this on the microchip. Then you could have really anything that plugs into this. And then have a calculator that's like, if this equals this, then play the music. So that sounds fine. We'll just have a variable that's just called variable that powers the thing. But not as directly as that. So we'll also throw in a calculator. And the calculator will just say, if 0 equals 0, which is true, play the music. But then, outside of this microchip down here, we'll have it where if you win the game, it will change the value of variable from 1 to 2. So it'll modify variable, and it will just add 1. Or it could have subtracted 1. It really doesn't matter. But that will activate when you win the game, and it'll activate when you lose the game, which happens when the timer finishes. So either way, the value of the variable will be changed. So then you go back into play mode. Okay. Let's go. It did not end the music, which is odd. So let's look at the chip, the microchip, and see what happened. Because I'm pretty sure the music kept playing. Variable says that it equals 0. But that's not right. Variables shouldn't still equal 0. Because variable modifier would have been powered on once the counter filled up. And that would have added 1 to the variable. Hold on, return to play mode. Yeah, like that background music is what should have stopped. Which, by the way, the background music should be playing further ahead in its playhead. Like, where it is right now is probably where it should start. Trim start. Yeah, like here. Play mode. Rewind. Okay, so you gotta rush to your sword. Then you use the controller's motion controls to try and fight off the clouds. It still plays the back. Well, that time it seemed like it stopped the background music. I'm gonna have to listen. It's like a listening thing. So I hear the background music playing. Ooh. I wonder if the live chat's broken, or if just no one said anything since Izanagi said, "Oh no." I think it stops now. Like, maybe it just was working and I was wrong before. Now, let me make it a little bit harder the way that the game works. Because right now I do think the game's way too easy. A minute is too much time. Kaylee said, I'm working. I got you, K-Leg. So let's go in and change it from like a minute to kill all of them. Let's see how brutal 15 seconds is. Okay. Fuck. 15 seconds isn't that brutal. And you don't have to kill all the things to win. It's just, okay. 10 seconds. Okay. Get that ice. Okay, whip around. Yeah, 10 seconds isn't that hard either. Edit mode. Okay. 5 seconds. We should, well, hold on, rewind. Oh, wait, apparently, when I did that, I did it in 5.6 seconds. So, what if that was the target time? Maybe it should be set to 4 seconds. You gotta do it in 4 seconds. Even I didn't do it in 4 seconds. Fuck. Fuck. Kill it. Kill it. You only have 4 seconds. He's running. What? I feel like that timer's on some bullshit. What do you mean I did it in exactly 4 seconds? So I'm just gonna purposely lose. We're just gonna wait. I think it's playing the You Lose music. How long does the You Lose music play? I think it's still playing the background music. I still don't think I figured out how to make it stop playing the background music. What? Okay, come on. Enter edit mode. Yeah, like it definitely is hitting the 4 second mark or whatever. maybe I need to connect it to timer finish signal instead of timer finished pulse. So let's go to here and let's read what that is. Okay. That will release a continuous signal when it goes off. I can't see shit. I still need to see the window a little bit though. Timer finish signal. Plug that into that. Timer finish signal. Plug that into the door. Oh wait, hold on. It shouldn't connect directly into the door. Because I still want it to play the you lose timer thing. Like the you lose timeline. So I think I know what I should have done. Wait a minute, what happened? What did I do? Go back. Attach gadget. Create wire. Okay. Timer finish signal should power this. And then when it finishes, it powers the other thing. Is that what's going on? Okay, so there is a little thing from here. That's what I thought. And that should be doing its job. Okay. Play mode. Wait 4 seconds. So I did lose. The fucking monkey ball you lose thing must be quiet as a bitch. Because I never hear when I lose. Other than the choo 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 thing. So rewind. Can I make the you lose like really loud? Not really loud, but just loud enough for me to actually hear it. Also think the you win is probably not that loud. So let me edit this. Volume.
You lose.
Okay, so it's gonna say you lose. And it shouldn't sustain. It should like play once. So then
You lose.
cool. And then when you win, do something similar. Increase the volume of the announcer.
You win.
Play once. Okay, so now let's jump into the game again. Let's hear the lose.
You lose.
Okay, and then I still haven't figured out how to make it stop the other fucking song. That'd be nice though. 3D panning, pitch panning. I'm curious if there's something in here I could add it to, like outputs, is playing, envelope, options, vary speed, row mapping, multi-language. Yeah, okay. So now I would like to test the you win. But I gotta win in 4 seconds.
You lose.
Yeah, 4 seconds is too long. I mean, too short. So I need to modify that. Let's try 30 seconds. before I accidentally thought I was like on a whole other level of godliness. But now I know that's not true. The camera with the imp can be interesting. I'm supposed to use, the center of the imp on the screen thing. I didn't hear when the announcer said, "You win." But I did hear the "you win" music, though. Okay. I can't tell if that was a challenge. Let's half it. Whoop. Rewind. So apparently I got it in 22. Let's set it to like 20 seconds. Okay. Get out of it. Because it just needs you to get so many hits, it doesn't really matter that much. Because it's not like every time you kill an enemy, it increments the counter. It's just every time you successfully hit something and deal damage. So I kind of also want to just change how that counter works in general to make it more challenging. And maybe make some original enemies for this game type rather than trying to reuse those cloud enemies. So let's create some new enemies, or just use other enemies. I don't know. The slimes are set to follow a player, but there's no player character. I actually, I guess, have multiple ideas for what I would like to do with this game. Or at least with this game concept. I can't call what this currently is a game, really. So I like the concept of having to use the sword. I think I like this more as like a multiplayer thing. Like if you both were trying to hit something, but you could clash swords against each other in order to prevent from hitting the other person's target or something like that. Like that could be cool. Reverse. Okay. Oops. Too many. There we go. So how can I make this a little bit more interesting, or more fun, or all of the above? I want to change the way that you win and lose the game. The per hit thing was kind of interesting, but if that's the case, then there needs to be like more hits that you could do. Maybe Kratos' little enemy spawner would be a little bit more interesting. I don't want the enemies to come towards you though. I want like randomly moving enemies, which I could probably make pretty easily. Let's see. So that makes the sword sound and that hits. Like all that works fine. I don't really like the counter system. The timer system for the game over seems to work fine. I just think the you lose recording is lame. I could probably make my own recording. Let's get rid of that variable modifier. Rather than have the counter, it would be nice if there was some other measurement. It could still be a counter, but 10 hits is not that interesting. Or maybe it would be more interesting if I displayed values. Like if it was like, here's how much time you have left, and you could see the time tick by. That could be cool. I guess I do have some questions, but I would have to ask either Kaylee or Kratos. Is Kratos on? Like, is Kratos on the stream? Do 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 do. Are you online? Well, are you playing Dreams? That's a better question. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So having a limited amount of time is cool. If this was a variable that I could display, that'd be nice. Maybe I need to do a tutorial. I think there's a tutorial I could do that would help me with a lot of this. Let's quick save what we have. Do 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 do. And I guess let's also save the imp sword. It's kind of weird, but so far so good. Imp sword V2. It still has the really dumb hit count mechanic. But I guess if I designed a level around it, it wouldn't really be that dumb. Do 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 do. Okay. So let's exit creation. Sure. I don't think Kratos is currently online. But there's a tutorial that's about like scoring and life and stuff like that. Health, destroyer, and checkpoints. Scoring, timers, and prize bubbles. Which one of those do I want to do? I guess scoring, timers, and prize bubbles. Stamp a score gadget onto a microchip. So there's already a score gadget, just a thing for that. Cuthbert's always getting the worst end of the stick. Oh, they have like time platforms. It's probably in gameplay gear. Oh wait, I think I've seen it, but I've never messed with it. Oh. So here's the microchip. They just already have one. Health, global settings, start line, finish line. If Connie falls, the health modifier will trigger this global setting gadget to reset the scene. Okay. So we're gonna access the score gadget by going here. So would I hit up score or score modifier? Okay, so you are supposed to grab just straight up score. And it just looks like a variable. Just a blue variable. Okay. And the next step, we actually do stuff with it. That was just to let you know it exists. Connect the score gadget to the finish line gadget. Easy. At least I thought it would be easy. I imagine you don't connect them as easily as I thought. Oh, there's a post-score thing? Nani? Okay. I like that.
when Connie crosses the finish line. So let's use the finish line trigger zone to activate it. Create a wire from the detected output port of the finish line trigger zone with R2 or X.
And then you connect it to the thing in the tweak menu. I think it's interesting that you connect it to the tweak menu and that it doesn't have a port on the chip itself for this. You think this would be like one of the most common use cases.
The current score will be posted.
But we don't have a score set up yet, which I imagine we'll figure out later.
Circle
Mm.
button. This score gadget is all set. In the next step, I'll show you how you can display the
Okay,
score
cool.
on screen.
Next tutorial.
It's all well and good being able to
So that makes sense that we would use a number displayer,
see it while we're playing.
output,
I've got a gadget that can help with that.
number displayer.
Displayer to the logic. We can keep a live count of the scores.
Okay.
In the assembly menu,
Score increase, score decrease, post score,
close the game
current score.
with the circle.
You probably would connect current score
Displayer lives in movers and
to number displayer.
This icon is a screen with some numbers on it. Select it with X.
Okay.
In Dreams, logic
And then let's open that up.
stamp a number displayer to the right.
Lift this up at the top.
Then
I wonder if there are any easier ways to label it as score other than using a text displayer next to it that says score.
select the gadget with X and it will stay there, allowing you to grab and move it with R2.
Let's see. For now, I'm just going to pop a text displayer in with score.
You can resize the number with the up and down directional buttons. It looks pretty basic right now, but I'll show you how to jazz it up a bit later. First, let's hook it up to the score. Open the score tweak menu with L1
So that should work. And let's see if there's anything special that they do in this tutorial. Because sometimes the tutorials are for things that seem really obvious, and then you'll be like, oh, I was dumb. It was not that obvious. So let's see. Extend the wire to the number displayer. I guess it makes sense why it doesn't have a port specifically for that. Now that I think about it, it'd be much more likely that you would put the score on screen more often than you would post the score. But if you're going to put it on screen, like if the score matters, then why wouldn't you post it? Let's see. And then they're testing to make sure that they're actually connected. Cool. So now they're like, let's make the number displayer fancy. I don't really care as much about that. I already know how to change it. I just haven't changed it. Add a prize bubble and a score modifier to the scene. Okay. So I'm interested in seeing how you do the score modifier. Godzilla said, hey Nick, how are you? Fantastic as always, thank you for asking. How's your day? Do you have any questions for your boy? Is there any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Right now I'm trying to learn how to use score in my games. I'm making a motion controls based sword fighting thing. So I think that might be interesting. Okay, so it wants you to put a score bubble on the platform. Scale the prize bubble up and down. Whoa! I don't know why, but there keeps suddenly being bugs in my place, and that's actually kind of upsetting. So there's a fly in here. I only ever go out of the house when I check the mail. Let's see, tweak menu. I missed something. I want to kill that fly. I don't know where it got in. So in the menu, Oh, collectible by imp is a thing? Otherwise, you could collect the prize bubbles just by depossessing Connie. Okay. Now close the tweak menu with L1 and the circle button. To make the score go up, we need another gadget, the score modifier, which I guess you would put on something like a prize bubble. You can find it next to the score gadget. Godzilla said, Nick. Yes, Godzilla. Select it with X, then stamp it onto the prize bubble. Godzilla said, I want you to remember you are awesome. Oh, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Press the circle button to remove the gadget from the imp. Then move on to the next step when you're ready to continue. Okay, so all we did was put a score modifier on a bubble. And we said that we didn't want the bubble to be collectible by the imp. But I disagree with that. I want the bubble to be collectible by the imp. Wait a minute. Was the score bubble something that was actually like a gadget? Huh. It sure was. The little prize bubble thing. Move it out of the way. I do want it to be collectible by the imp, because I'm working on a game that's based on imp stuff. I want to surface snap it to the prize bubble, or connect them to each other, or maybe you don't connect them to each other. I don't fucking know. Let's go to the next step. Okay. For open the score modifiers tweak menu. Okay. Shows which score should be modified. Find the slider called operation value. How much is added to the score? Let's say you get 1 added to your score. Use the up and down and directional buttons to set the operational point to 0. Okay, 1 point per thing is gone. Next, take a look at the operations type. So we're going to add 1. How are we going to associate it to the bubble? This means when it's activated, it'll set the score to the operation value. I get the difference between set, get, add, and reset. That makes sense. So let's see. Force collect. We can probably connect just collected to operation value. I don't know what other port I would add it to. Oh, I sure did not pay attention to the thing that would have just told me the answer. Maybe it didn't tell me the answer. Maybe that's why I don't know. When set to add, it'll add to current score. If you want to know what other operations types do, just hover over them for a few seconds to reveal more info. Okay? Is that all it says? So do we connect it to the bubble, or is that the next tutorial? Yep, it's the next step. I didn't miss shit. Go forward. So I think it's this chord. We need to tweak it. Okay, so we open up both menus. Put the prize bubble tweak menu on the left side and the score modifier on the right. Check mark to number value. That's what I want to know. Okay. Also, I could have just tested that myself too. Play mode. want the imp to cross the finish line. Did they program it so that the imp couldn't interact with shit? I need to get in there. I can't even like grab Cam. So hold on. Meanwhile, the game is trying to tell me all this useful information. If I make a clone of this, will the clone work properly? It's possible that the answer is no. How do you even make a power-up that's collectible by an imp in the first place? Because that was one of the things where it was like, make sure you don't make it collectible by the imp. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay. Izanagi said, you don't. Ooh. What? Edit mode. Okay. I thought I had turned that setting on. I was wrong. What? How do I get to the ball? It's like the score bubble's in like a different depth from where I'm at. And it's almost like your imp is locked, so you can't touch it. If you can possess Connie's bitch ass, you should be able to touch it. Ooh. Fuck it. Leave the tutorial. Well, for one, I did learn how you do stuff like modify score. Plus, we're gonna start up Jackbox at 8, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. Oh, we're getting that level up. We gotta catch up with Kaylee. Wait, how much are we gonna level up? I'm level 30? What? You can get multiple levels at the same time? I guess that makes sense. So I didn't just catch up to Kaylee, I like surpassed her level. That's weird. I don't know why it would give it to me all at once. Let's go back into this. So it could just be a score-based game where you get points every time you hit something. And then the game inevitably just ends after a time is hit. And then we don't have to worry as much about the you win versus you lose stuff. So let's see. So when the timer is finished, it just ends the game. And the timer just is always going. And then instead of this counter being there, we just have score, and then we have score modifier, and then we can make it where when the timer is finished, it'll post the score. So we got a post score, timer finish. Okay. That sounds good to me. And then whenever you hit an enemy and deal damage, you power up the score modifier. Well, you shouldn't power it up. Let me, remove that wire. You put it here to the operation value. You add 1. Okay, and then I can put music over it. We're just going to use something that we grabbed from the Quick Start collection. And not a clip. We're gonna use a full song this time. I guess I'm gonna go with sugar-coated. And let's say it's a game that only lasts like longer than 20 seconds. Let's set it to 60 seconds as the target time. And then we could have Kratos' enemy spawner thing or whatever. We could try that. Or really any enemy spawner thing would be fine. Just as long as so that's an enemy spawner template. Object spawner pea shooter. Thing's really big. I don't know what that does. I don't know if that'll actually work with what we're trying to do. I'm gonna do it anyways. I didn't put up a score displayer. Also, it shot a bunch of little triangles, I guess. That was its thing. Let's go to sugar-coated. Let's not open up the whole thing. Just for the master volume. How loud is it? What? 0%. How about 70s? What do you mean 0%? The fuck? Why would it default to 0? I felt like I was hearing something during gameplay. Anyways. So, yeah, a score displayer. That's what I was going to get. So I need two things. I need a text displayer for score, and then I need a number displayer for score. For the number displayer, we're going to use score. Let's see, current score. Plug that into the number displayer. And then for the text displayer, we're just going to have it say score. I still have a little bit of time. Number displayer. I need to keep both of those up so we can line them up. I'm keeping things very simple for now. Okay. So we have music. We have some mechanics. Now we just need some form of enemy. Preferably, like a whole bunch of enemies would be nice. Let's see. I might just use my clouds again, because I really haven't seen a lot of enemies that I want to use. And this time, it's not even like I need to defeat so many enemies. For some reason, whenever I summon the enemies, I think it's summoning multiple all in the same place. I don't think it is. I'm very thrown by what it's doing. Like, I don't know why when I try to place an enemy, it'll go 1? You want 1? No more. And it always places them in very specific areas of the map. Well, maybe not very specific area. I can't tell. It throws them really far to the side. I'll say that much. Let's see. I think I already had a thundercloud surrounder. Because I did the thing where it didn't actually put an enemy in. Serpentine. Okay. This music is so weird for this. But this is also just a weird concept for a game anyways. So the score is not increasing. So let's go back to edit mode. I do not like that song. I think earlier I had a song called like Desert March or something. And I liked that a lot more. It was another one that I had pulled just out of here. That also would be fun. Kaylee said, I don't know what I can do to add to my arcade cabinet. It sounds like your arcade cabinet is just Gucci then. I'll definitely check it out. Give me one moment. My sword thing is still lame. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Okay, maybe not 100% volume. I was thinking less than 85. There we go. 60 seems fine. But don't worry, Keelik, I will check out what you're working on momentarily. So current score, score modifier, score name is score. I'm setting it to 1. That doesn't seem right. When powered on, continuously while powered on. I should be trying to add 1, not setting to 1. But I also didn't see it set to 1. So I'm curious to see if this is going to actually work. And is this connected to what it's supposed to be connected to? It is connected to that, yes. And Bloody Impact is also connected to what it needs to be connected to. Play mode, rewind. Now every time I hit one of these, it should have been adding score, but it isn't. Also, I think there's like a timer display thing that I could be using. Also, I killed all the enemies. But killing all the enemies with no score feedback and no timer is boring. Which is why I'm like, let me add that. But then it doesn't seem to be working properly. So add 1. Current score. Outputs the current score as modified. Score. Send a signal to this input port to post the score to the scoreboard. Current score, output score. I am so thrown. So you normally post the score to the scoreboard at the end. The score variable is already connected to the number displayer. You connect it by number and range, and you have a number score come out. Let's see, Godzilla said chat test. The chat appears to be working. Thank you for the test. I appreciate it. Oh. I think I know what's going on. Do we have like a small case of the stupids? You wouldn't want to plug it into operation value, you'd want to plug it into the power source for the score modifier. Simple fix. Okay. So every time it gets powered on, it will change the value. Yeah! And it gets powered on every time you hit something. We're getting there. Okay. Yeah. Very simple. So that's 12 points. Now, let's set it up to where it also works with displaying like a game timer, which is the part of the tutorial that I skipped. Because I was like, it's not showing me what I want to see at a fast enough rate. Izanagi said dark shadows take different amounts of hits to die, like the thunderclouds. It seems like they do, because I got 12 hits in to kill 4 of them. Well, no, that could be 3 hits per cloud, and that would just be consistent. So do they take different amounts of damage to die, or do they all just take 3 hits? Prize bubble. I mean, to be honest, I could probably just display the timer value through a number displayer. That's probably all I would have done. But then how do you do stuff like post the time? Maybe time could be set as its own score. So you could say score and then change it from score to time. So you call it time. Izanagi said 1 had 4. Well, I wasn't counting it hard enough to be able to like tell. If 1 had 4, then they would have to be different values. Then I would agree. Time. And then I would need a... My brain is now like, what are you doing? I guess I could have a score modifier, because you would have to set it to modify time, and then, yes, set sounds accurate, and then timer output would be the operation value. That one, you actually do want it to be like a direct setup. Let's try another number displayer. My brain's like, I don't know if this is going to actually work or not, but experimenting can be fun. Okay. And then I need to open that as well as another text displayer. Do I though? I'm actually thinking about that. Because if I had a timer that's continually ticking at the top of the screen, I feel like players might understand what that means. But it depends on how it ticks. Well, I don't see any ticking, so I don't think it's working. Let's try rewinding if that changes anything. Nope. Okay, edit mode. So I don't know what I'm doing with the timer. So my plan was to have score modifier, modified time, setting the timer to, well, setting score to equal whatever the timer's outputting. I'll modify that, which is displayed up here. But this is still 0 because it hasn't been changed. Yeah, and that is the cord that's connected. Excuse me. So you don't just plug the output of a timer into it to get the time. There's probably some gadget that's specifically made to count like how long the whole game session has been going for. Gameplay gear. One that maybe isn't a timer. Global settings. Let's play around with that. Okay, we've got stuff like gravity, strength, fall height, multiplayer, off-screen timeout, number of players, camera transform, allow imps, max 4 players. So you can make 4-player multiplayer games in this. That's cool. I don't think it's global settings. Izanagi says, Bidiot sounds good about now. I am about to wrap this up, considering there's not much I can do within this time period. I need to check out what Kaylee was working on, with the arcade cabinet. I should be able to do that within the allotted amount of time. Also, where the fuck did that fly come from? Godzilla said, neat. As soon as I heard it and it zipped by my head, I then didn't see it anymore. Let's see, Godzilla said, I want to do patently stupid. So we got 1 vote for Bidiots, 1 vote for patently stupid. Let's see. That is the fastest way to get to Kaylee's setup. Creations. Yo, Kaylee, you have not posted the arcade cabinet yet, as like something public that I can look at. Yeah, I should wrap this up and get Jackbox set up. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. It's George for new boy, Jeff, like the one only, logging out. Stay tuned, we're about to do Jackbox TV right after this. Peace, chick the guy. Kaylee said, look at my stream. Where is your stream? Where is your stream set up, Kaylee? Don't worry, I'll be able to check it out. Ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-da-da. Send me a link to your stream. Ba-da-da.